What's up, ladies and gentlemen? One and only James Williams, Dog Waters, and I'm back with some Dogman sightings. Now, let me be clear with you. People be like, oh, I wish the content was longer. There are Dogman encounters where people have long form encounters where it's on their property, it's in the woods behind their house, and it has its cohabitation, and they live in the area where these creatures are. The majority of the things that people encounter are truly just Dogman sightings. Now, in this field where the content is created, people draw out and drag out the encounters because it's easily monetized. So you get these extended, exaggerated encounters because it's. I'm not pointing finger at anybody. Nobody should take that personally. Everybody knows that's what it is. These are sightings. Sighting is I'm riding down the road. Oh crap, that's a dog, man. I take off out of there. Sighting is, oh, I'm hanging out with my friend on his back porch. I see this giant wolf come running out of the woods. He growls at us. Go inside. And that's typically how these encounters go. It takes a very special person to go chasing after this type of animal. It takes a very special place for a person to be in to have some of the most terrifying encounters that there are. And there's a lot of factors that go into these encounters. So, to be clear with you, these are sightings, and I want you to enjoy them. Now, tonight, 7:30 p.m., I had to move it back by 30 minutes. We'll be doing our first Minute Steel Bible study. Your emails will be going out in 2 hours. You get an email at 2, email at 5:30, then you get a reminder email at 7. And then we will start at 7. So I'm hoping to see many of you gentlemen who've signed up there, and I'm excited about it. The team that is there is excited about having you take a listen. Enjoy the encounters. Now, me having my Dogman encounter was the most unexpected thing that I've ever experienced. It made absolutely no sense why a Dogman would be there, but let me tell you that it was absolutely terrifying and frightening for me to have this encounter. Now, slow down for a second. Let me make it all make sense to you. And in order to do that, I need to tell you about my wife. So, my wife and I have 2 vehicles. I drive a Ford F-150, and she drives a Jeep Cherokee Limited. Now, the inside of these 2 vehicles are drastically different. She keeps her car immaculate. I mean spotless, nothing on it. My truck, I go back and forth to work with it. It's always muddy. There's mud on the inside, and it's just a juxtaposition. You know, men are from Venus, women are from Mars type thing. Well, anyway, this particular Saturday night, my friends want to go out, and my tank is on empty. So I grab her keys, hop in her car, and head out to the local bar room. Now, I was not anticipating the fact that it had rained that previous night, and so when I pulled into the parking lot of the bar room, mud splashes all over this woman's car. In the moment that it splashed on the car, I knew if I didn't want to hear her mouth, then I was going to need to wash the car. But nonetheless, I head inside, hang out with my friends, have drinks, play darts, throw axes, enjoy ourselves. About 10:30, it's time for us to go home. When I come outside and I see this vehicle from a distance with the mud splattered all on top of it, I realize that I'm going to need to get this car washed. No doubt about it. It's going to have to happen. Now, where I'm at, they have those car washes with the little stalls. You pull inside the stall, you put the money in the slot, and the foam comes through the brush, and then you use the spray to spray it down. So I pull into the car wash and start to spray and wipe the car down. And let me paint a clear picture for you as to where this car wash is. To the right of this car wash is a Burger King. And there are people in the drive-thru at Burger King. Behind the car wash and behind the Burger King is nothing but woods. This car wash is on a service road, which is right next to the interstate. My house is approximately 4 miles from this location. And I'm telling you all of this information so you understand that there was no reason, absolutely no reason for me to be on guard. And more importantly, There was no reason, absolutely no reason for this thing to be there. And I remember this as clear as day. I'm on the front side of the car scrubbing the front grill with the brush and the foam because that's where all the mud was, when I see something dart from left to right behind the stall. Initially, I'm thinking it's a person. Somebody sneaking around. Maybe they're going to try and rob me. Considering the fact that Burger King is right there, that was the most plausible idea. So I lay the brush on the hood of the car, circle around the right-hand side of the car, open the door, grab my pistol, and then work my way to the back edge of the vehicle and peek out. I'm saying to myself, okay, you're being paranoid, you're seeing things, get back to work. But I put my pistol in my waistband and get back to cleaning. 5 minutes later, I'm spraying the vehicle down. And you know how loud that spraying sound is when you're inside of that car wash stall. It echoes. And as I'm spraying, I hear this growling. And that growling is also echoing. Now listen, my initial thought is there's neighborhoods not too far away from here. Somebody's dog done wandered over here and it's growling at something. But after hearing a second growl and the sheer audible level of it, I realized quickly that something was wrong. So now I'm standing there making a decision. There's an animal here somewhere and it's pretty big. I could search around for it or I could just hop in the car and leave. So I do the most logical thing. I get in my vehicle, I pull out, make a right, and start heading towards that service road. And as I'm coming around those little vacuums that are in front of the car wash, I look to my right, and there is a freaking werewolf standing in the stall. When I tell you I damn near drove my wife's car into a ditch looking at this thing. And here's the craziest part about this sighting. I see it looks over at me, but it's absolutely not interested in me. You know how they have the grates at the bottom of the car wash? It starts to reach down and dig into that grate that the water flows into. And I'm saying to myself, that freaking thing was right next to me the entire time? Oh, hell no. Now, I wouldn't call this a Dogman encounter. I would really call this more of a Dogman sighting. Because I know what I saw, and this was a giant dog. Understand, I've been preaching for 15 years. My father was a preacher. My grandfather was a preacher. My great-grandfather was a preacher on the side of the road with no church. Around this time period, it's the Ember months. September, October, November, December. And I don't know why. Maybe it's something in the spirit realm, but a lot of people die in the Ember months. And what got me was we had prayed for no deaths to happen during these months, and we just get this rash of deaths. 6 people die in a row, 6 funerals in a row. In the word, it says that when our brothers and sisters in Christ are weeping, that we are to weep with them. And I take it seriously. So at each and every funeral, I spent time with the family, crying and weeping and ministering to them. And it was the day of the last funeral out of 6 that I found myself sitting in my church office, exhausted. I lay down on a sofa and just pass out, go to sleep. When I wake up, it's 1 a.m. My wife is texting and calling me, trying to figure out if I'm okay. So I stumble out of the side door of the church and start heading to my car in the parking lot. And that's when I see this thing across the road under a street lamp. It's just standing on 2 legs looking at me. At first, I thought it was some kind of demon because it's 9 feet tall, jet black, and its eyes are reflecting this yellow. Then it drops down on all 4s and starts to walk diagonally across the road. And it's a big black wolf. I mean, massive black wolf. It goes into the woods on the same side of the street that I'm on, and I hear it circling around the church and going deeper into the woods.